Hey Ranger fans, Dave here. Welcome back. I got another toy review. So like I said, I picked up the second other auxiliary Zord that came out with the Stegosaurus. This is the Cannon Zord from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. So like before, this is a Zord that's a Zord that came out that was not in the show. Saban actually created this Zord to just be a release for the toys, not to be in the show as far as marketing it that way. So let's take a look at the front of the package, and you can see the tiger cannon here, and it's in a open packaging here, so it allows you, it says try me here, but it's not really the tail. It's actually a small button here that you press. When you press the button, it has this little cannon on top that spins around. It doesn't shoot anything. It's just kind of a generic like spinning cannon, which does that. So let's turn around to the back of the box, and you can see here you have the Tiger Zord, which is, I guess, kind of like the saber-tooth tiger from Power Rangers Mighty Morphin. And over here you have a picture of the Ranger riding the Tiger Zord, much like the Saw Zord. You can put them on the back of it. And then also here it shows how they combined it with the Blaze Megazord to kind of create like an arm that has a cannon. And then down here it shows a picture of the Stegosaurus. Saban brands here. Nothing on the bottom. Here's the QR code. Now, I did get mine at Marshall's, which it seems like some of the rest of the Power Ranger stuff is not kind of coming out in Target or Marshall's anymore. I think this is kind of like a line that was almost going to be a Toys R Us only, but you know, so Toys R Us closed down, so they started releasing some of these Zords in alternate stores like Marshall's or TJ Maxx. I think Odd Jobs is another place maybe that they're at, something like that. So that's basically it for the box. So without further ado, let's get it out of the box and check it out and see how cool it really is. Okay, so we got the Tiger Zord out of the packaging, and much like the Stegosaurus Zord, it comes with some basic diagrams and instructions on how to use the product and what some of the features are. And again, it just shows that you can push the button here, and it kind of spins just the top of the cannon here. And over here it shows that you can open and close the mouth. And then over here it shows that you can combine it with the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel to put it on, set them on the back, stuff like that, combining it with the Megazord. And that's it for the instructions. So let's check out the Tiger Zord. So it was pretty easy to get out of the packaging, which was nice. It actually comes with, you know, much like a lot of other toys, where it has these little twist tabs that go up through the box, and then you just kind of twist them, and it allows the toy to come out of the packaging, which is nice because with this one it's like you have to cut like a small piece of tape, and then you turn this on the bottom. So it's pretty nice for collectors because it allows you to kind of take that out and then play with it, or you know, display it, but it also allows you to easily put it back in the package, so that it's kind of stays mint in package a little bit, so that you have the box still, you know, for value wise and stuff like that, or display. So let's take a close look up at the Tiger Zord, and here we go. So much like the Stegosaurus Zord, we have a hologram kind of decal here, and similar gold paint around the legs that kind of looks like a flame, and then you have gold here in the back. And then you have like a tail here, which in the Stegosaurus Zord, this goes up and down, and it doesn't in this one. This is the button here, as you can see. It's right on the side here, so it's like a little button. and it has like a little Power Ranger, if you can see a little Power Ranger lightning bolt there. And you can turn around to this side. Same thing, just a little bit more screw holes where it goes together, and then you have Zord builder over here. And same thing with this Zord. The legs don't go in and out, so it's fixed in a certain position to have it kind of standing there and kind of like in a battle scene. So let's take a close look up at the face here. So it's a pretty nice kind of tiger slash, I would say a saber-toothed tiger, as where they're kind of pulling some of the, you know, the, whatchamacallits from the Mighty Morphin line with the saber-toothed tiger. And it's all done in a blue plastic with this nicely painted kind of flaked in kind of gold paint here, and then you have red here for the eyes, if you can get a close look at that, and then you have some black paint going across here. They did paint in the nose, which is pretty nice, and then the fangs here are formed in, I can kind of hold it up like this, where it's like a little insert of gray plastic. So, and they seem pretty pliable, but it's a harder plastic, so you want to be careful not to break them off. And then you have motion here in the jaw where it goes opens and closes, and then you have some detail inside. It's like little slashes. The bottom teeth aren't painted or not. And then again, you go through here. It's blue paint or blue plastic. So I think, I don't know. I guess it's kind of blue plastic that's part of this, and then it combines. Yeah, it's like a two-piece. So you have like a blue plastic here, so it's not painted, so it doesn't wear off. And then it screws in to be part of the dark purple blue of the rest of the body. So, you know, that's kind of it for the details of it. And again, if you press the little button here, you can see that it spins the cannon. And we'll take a look at the front of the cannon here. You have kind of some barrel-like simulation here. And when you spin it, it's pretty neat. You know, it's not as cool as the Stegosaurus where it's like a blade. But, you know, again, with this it would have been a little bit cooler if it did shoot something. Or maybe if this would have rotated back so that you didn't see it so much, you know, kind of like would rotate back as part of the tail or something like that. But, you know, that's basically it. You know, it's pretty cool for, you know, a small auxiliary Zord that was not in the show. I have a tendency to like a lot of these, like, not for show Zords that they came up with. I think they're kind of neat, the way that they design them to kind of fill in and go along with the rest of the show, but not be in it. So it takes a lot of design factors and stuff like that from the creators. Oh yeah, let me pull out a little Ranger here, and you can see here's the pink Ranger here, and you can kind of turn it like this and get her into a riding position and go like this. And then again, it's very easy to put the hands on. Sometimes these like motorcycle things, they don't really go on that well, and it's like more or less it's just like for show, but these actually fit on pretty well. I have a little bit of trouble. Alright, so that's it. So yeah, there you go. It's you can kind of see Pink Ranger here. Let me turn this down a little bit so she's looking to the side. So again, she's kind of straddling the tail here where she's kind of riding it, so that's pretty neat. And again, it adds some extra playability to the Zord. So that's it for the Tiger Zord. I also have a small little Zord that I have here. This is actually like a little, let me see if I can get it back in here. This is kind of like a little auxiliary sword that came out during, I think it was like 2017 or so. And it was kind of like this mixed set where it was like a 5 Zord where it was like different Rangers that they recreated some of the major Megazord Zords from Mighty Morphin. And they kind of recreated them to have a little bit of a more modern look, and then they added stuff to have the Zord builder compatible. So like the other one, you can actually make the, let me kind of tilt it down, and you can see here that the Ranger here can ride on it as well, much like this one here, so it's not that far off. And actually when you pull him off, this one's a little bit different because it actually like allowed you to move these legs like this. I think it's more or less you just had to have them like that. Yeah, you kind of fold it up like that, as you can see. And it allowed you to either put this peg in like this, and it has like a peg hole here, if you can see. So you can kind of peg that in like that onto the Megazord. Or here, there's a Zord builder peg. So what happens is when you fold the sword out, it allowed you to do this, and it made like a sword out of the tail. So then you could peg it into the Megazords like that, and then have a full sword like this, which is pretty neat. And it's made in this translucent plastic. So that's basically it for that little Zord. You know, I was trying to just make a comparison. I was looking for my Mighty Morphin Triceratops, but it's too far away in storage, and I'm not going to be able to find it anyway. So I actually had this laying around, so I figured I would break it out. Kind of stick this here. So let me put this to the side, and we'll also get the Blaze Megazord out, and then combine him with the Blaze Megazord to see how that looks. Okay, so here he is combined with the Blaze Megazord. So you can see it allows it to kind of make this big kind of cannon looking thing here, where you see a little less of the dinosaur here, where you kind of see just his head in the cannon here. But it's pretty big as far as comparison to this arm. Actually, I don't have the Stegosaurus one, but you could actually just kind of put both, and then maybe it would kind of even it out. So you can kind of aim it up like that where you can see the barrels, but then it does make it top heavy. So it's more or less it's going to be played with by itself or displayed. You'd have to have some major way of sustaining the feet to keep it staying like that. You know, as far as leaning it back or anything like that, you might be able to. So that's it for the combination with the Tiger Zord. Let's get this disconnected. And again, so there's the Tiger Zord from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Remember to leave a like, and please comment if you saw anything you liked, and till next time, see you guys later.